We will enforce referential integrity using MySQL connector in Python. Referential integrity is a set of constraints applied to foreign key which prevents entering a row in the table where we have the foreign key and for which we don't have any corresponding row in the table where we have the primary key. So we have written a Python code and let's see how it runs when we execute the code. It is asking for the database name, then it displays all the databases along with the new database that we have just created. Finally, it is asking for the name of the table that we want to create under the new database. We have given the name of the table as cmast. We want 3 different fields and it is asking for more details. So we can see that the first field name is CNO, it is integer type. The second field name is model, which is a character type, size is 30. The third field name is rate par, which is also integer type. Here the first field CNO will automatically become a primary key. We will now create the second table. The name of the table has been given as a rental. We want 3 different fields. The first field name is given as RNO and we have given it as integer type. The subsequent fields of the table rental are number of hours, which is integer type. The code will ask whether it is a foreign key. The answer is no. The last key is CNO, which is obviously the foreign key. It should have the same name CNO and the type should be integer. And we are answering it as yes when it is asking is it a foreign key. The entire code is shown here. This is how it looks when we run show databases command from MySQL. We can see that the database car has been created. We give the command use car, so car becomes the current database. We display both the tables by giving the command show tables. So cmast and rental, these two tables are created. We can see we can display all the columns. So we write show columns from cmast. We can see that CNO has become a primary key in the table. When we write show columns from rental, it displays RNO as the primary key, and we can also see that CNO has become a foreign key in the table. So how to code it in Python? Since MySQL connector has been successfully installed, we can import it. We create the connection object SPC database by using the method connect and appropriate attributes host, user and password. We create a cursor object by calling the cursor method with the connection object. The cursor object calls the method execute and we can create a database as shown. This is the output of those few lines of code. We can see that we have created the database car and we can also see that all the databases are listed. That is the output of the command show databases. Now we have to redefine the connection object SPC database by putting an additional attribute database name. We also have to reset the cursor object SPC car. It stores the name of the table. Now the code for creating the first table is shown. It is highlighted line by line. How many number of fields? Name of the first field. Type of the field. If it is int or float, we simply write int or float. If it is a character type, we write varchar and within bracket we can write down the size. Finally, we create the table with only one field. We have declared and initialized the variable I. We can see here how we have used the variable I in the while loop to keep a track of the number of fields. So we must create the subsequent fields within the while loop. In this line we can see the cursor object is calling the method execute and actually we are altering the previous table and adding additional columns one by one and also incrementing the counter, the variable I. So it is time to create the second table. Till this line is a repeat of how we have created the first table. The very first field that we add is the primary key, and once we enter the while loop we start adding additional columns and we have to give the alter table command. But here there is a slight difference. It is asking you a question whether it is a foreign key or not, and we have to answer that question. So here is the question and you answer it yes or no. If it is yes, then the cursor object calls the method execute, and then first we add a column by using alter table, and then again the execute method Use the alter table to add foreign key. If the answer is no, that is, if it is not a foreign key, then this part of the loop will be executed, and the SPC car object calls the method execute and simply adds the column with alter table command. The counter is incremented in both the cases. If you want the code, you can get it from here.